I'm in the Velar, the aerodynamic one, and this is the 2.0 liter 4-cylinder, 250 PS with 365 Newton meters of torque, twin scroll turbocharged. That's right, turbocharged. Yeah, the Golf R has more torque as compared to this. And it's 8-speed transmission, all-wheel drive. It's grippy. I'm telling you, this car looks big, but it's so light on the wheel. When you throttle off, it doesn't even feel like you're pulling any weight. I mean, it's... I don't know how they do it, but Land Rover, this is good. It doesn't feel like... It doesn't even feel underpowered. It feels like the correct amount of power, I'm telling you. It's good. It's really, really good. I'm gonna like get back to you because I'm gonna just pump petrol first. Alright, so driving this thing, for example, even just taking over, yes, it's a big car, must admit. Even when I'm driving around like, I don't know whether I'm gonna bang this or whether I'm gonna bang that. Obviously I'm not, but it does feel that way. However, it's not underpowered. I feel that I have power to overtake, for example. Look at that. I'm actually really, really impressed by the drive of this. Just look, and the suspension on this is it's very comfortable as well. It's not as floaty as I expected it to be because it's quite a high center of gravity car. It's not. It's pretty decent. Yes, it's bound to be boaty and floaty a little bit, but not as much as I expected because it's an SUV. So yeah, it has auto stop, and if you want to remove that, just yeah. The back window is a bit tiny. I would love it is a little bit bigger. Having said that, it doesn't really block my view. I can see stuff, but I would actually prefer to see more. Seating position, you can see the bonnet, it's really, really, really big, long, so it's really a big car. Side mirrors are good. It's a tall car, and despite it being tall, I actually can't see much in front. There's heads-up display. I love the heads-up display. Driving it around, like I said, doesn't feel like a heavy car. Very easy to maneuver. Just the size, though, I guess that's my main concern. I feel very superior. Like, I get the looks, I get the image, I get the... Yeah, that's right guys, I'm driving a Range Rover Velar. And I personally have always been a fan of the Range Rover because I don't know, it's like, you know, it's a cool car. It's like, oh, Range Rover. And of course, since last time, even before I got into cars, I loved the Range Rover Evoque. I think that's like the ultimate girl car or whatever lah. It's like the ultimate like badass girl chick car, you know. Steering wheel is telescopic. Yep, it's telescopic. Ooh. But this is like the maximum. It's out the maximum and it's the lowest. I usually put it lower than this, so I actually prefer, if I don't put it lower, I go higher. I don't really want to go higher, so driving position is so for me. It's not the perfect one. Having all this while I'm driving is just a big headache. Just get used to it. Yes, I know, a lot of things to go through, a lot of things to get used to. Like right now, if I want to go to something, I have to what do I press? Like I said, the user interface isn't that friendly. You have to get used to it. And I'm turning here. Listen to that sound. I don't like the sound of that. Right now I'm going through quite a difficult surface, and you just see how my body rolls. Not that much actually, and not that bouncy. So I'm pretty impressed with the suspension on this thing. I really, really enjoy the drive of this car. Let's check out the sound system. I've been listening to like really bassy songs and basing the sound system on that, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Listening to the wind of change. I think it's pretty clear. I actually really enjoy the sound of it. Very clear, very clean. Nice, good sound system. Body roll on this thing is significantly low. I expected more body roll from it, but no, I actually feel very comfortable sitting in this car going relatively fast through a corner or a bend. Very nice. Check out that torque, guys. For such a huge car, it really doesn't drive like a huge car. I mean, when you go through tight spaces, then yes, you will feel that oh, I might bang something on the left or on the right. But when you're driving on highway and going on turns, it really doesn't feel like a big car at all. It has enough power to carry it through when you brake, and when you roll out from a stationary point, it doesn't feel like a very heavy car. It's actually a very nice car to drive. Very, very nice car. Takes corners very well. Steering doesn't feel heavy at all. Soundproofing on this thing is actually very, very good. Like, I'm quite surprised because just let you listen to what it actually feels like. Yeah, I know, 2 hands on the wheels that y'all. Yeah, so that's how it actually sounds like. It drives well. The suspension is so good. Even though it's a huge car, it doesn't drive like a huge car. I don't know how much I need to emphasize this, because in a huge car, even the XC90, it feels like a very floaty, very boaty kind of boat. But this doesn't at all. I mean, when I go over bumps, when I go over potholes on purpose to test out the suspension, of course, you know. Oh man, the suspension is good. I'm really, really impressed. I think it's quite connected. Driving dynamics are pretty good. The fact that this is a rotary knob, yeah, it's still like a gear knob, the rotary knob. I think it's pretty unique, very easy to get used to, not something that is out of the ordinary. So I think this is very well executed, whereby they think of a different design, wanting to stand out, at the same time not causing too much stress on any other new driver. The body roll on this thing as well. Oh, by the way, I'm at Kuala Kubu Baru, just finished a hike. Yeah, the body roll on this thing is, I think my Miata got more body roll actually. It's actually damn good, you know. I'm very, very impressed with this car. Having said all that, right, like when people ask me about the Velar, I'm like, yeah, it's a very good car. Like, it looks good, it feels good, it drives well. But I have no connection with it. I love Range Rover. I would want to love this car. You know, he's like the perfect boyfriend. You know, got good grades, good looks, everything also good, well mannered. But you just like, cannot lah. Sorry lah, girls, if you're watching this, you know what I mean. You have to have a little bit of like badass, a little bit of asshole one. Sorry, we just like it one. Some form of attraction one. Yeah. Meter cluster, there are a lot of different designs that you can opt for. One of it actually has a map in the middle that, if you can see, is what I have currently on display. Pretty clean, pretty easy to read. I'm comparing it with the Golf, because the Golf R1 is just like all over the place. This one, however, is plastic. I don't know why they chose to put plastic there lah, huh? Looks good, but when you feel it, it's like, should have gone there, should have turned there. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Reverse camera. What? Walao. Walao. Motorcyclist free. Hey, I realized the reverse camera a bit distorted eh. What the heck? Yeah, I actually thought the reverse camera was pretty good until just only when I realized the motorcycles coming in. I can't really tell whether or not it's nearby me or quite far away. The distortion is pretty bad actually. The brakes are so good, like the acceleration on point, brakes on point. Hence why I say driving dynamics is good, but tak ada feel lah. Maybe not for me lah. Ooh, gang. Excuse me bang. Smoking kids. Hi. Don't want to wave. Hi. Still don't want to wave. See, I try. Brakes are very progressive. It bites. It's not very bitey, but I think it feels very much like Mazda brakes. I really like brakes. You know how sensitive I am to brakes. I really don't like brakes that are super bitey.